This is the 76th video of the wargaming of Wargame Design Studios Waterloo campaign. This, I believe, is the second series. Yes, this is the second series, and in this one I am playing the British and Prussians, and the game's artificial intelligence is playing the French. It is June 17th, 1815, 3:15 a.m. And it's the day after the battles of Waterloo and Lanay. And Marshal Ney fought Waterloo, Napoleon fought Blucher at Lanay. So it's turn 128 out of 388. It's dawn, visibility is only 2 hexes, and it's the Allied defensive fire phase, which is me. Let's turn off objectives. Let's see what there is to shoot at. Probably not much at 2 hexes, but a couple things. Shoot at this guy, a 1-man. This guy slipped in here. We'll have to fix him next turn. Well, we'll just wind up meleeing this guy, which weaken him up a little. I think that's probably about it. Whoop, let me move this. French offensive fire. 110. Yeah, we'll get that guy out of there. 20. That poor suffering guy. He'll soon get relieved. 5. Okay. Oh, here's going to be the fun part. But first, we've got to do the drudgery of moving these guys on the periphery. Yeah, there's a couple guys right on the edge. There's actually a unit here. Who does he belong to? 4th Corps? Yep, 4th Corps. That's the one that was the Prussian 4th Corps that was not engaged at Waterloo. And this is, looks like cavalry. 1 cavalry and 1 horse artillery. Okay. Now, wish there was a setting on this game, as there is on some others, where when you move here you have to designate the unit by left clicking, but you actually move him by right clicking on the mouse. There's one game, I think it's on Steam, where you can set it, instead of left click, right click, you can set it to left click twice. It takes a lot of effort to move your finger over from the left click to the right click. And, you know, you'd think, oh, it isn't very far, which is true. But if you have to do it, you know, 300 times a move, it's unnecessary fatigue. It's another thing if a real wargamer was involved in this process. That's the first thing that would have been, or if they had beta tested it like they used to do. I'm sure they don't do that with anything anymore, but that would have been commented on in the beta test. So that's the first thing. If you actually play this game, that's the first thing you notice if you're an experienced gamer, stuff like that. But these guys that do this, I don't know what their background is. It's hard to say. Sometimes they do a good overall game, but it's just filled with stupidity. Kind of like Warplane Pacific. Did a really nice game, but I think is it Alvin Sousa? Something like that. He's the designer, and I corresponded with him. There are many elements of the Pacific War he doesn't comprehend. And in doing his game, it shows it, because it makes a worthless game for playing the Pacific War, because he has a complete lack of understanding of amphibious operations and U.S. naval doctrine. He just doesn't. I guess maybe he read a couple books on war in the Pacific, but he didn't get in any detail. So he developed some incredibly stinko rules where it makes it almost impossible for the Americans to invade any Japanese island. Literally impossible, no matter what their strength. And in his game, it's another serious problem, especially for a Pacific game. You can only have one unit in a hex of the three types: air, naval, ground. So the most you can invade a Pacific island is one Marine division. He kind of missed out that, oh gee, in Okinawa they had a corps of 3 Marine divisions. But you can't do that in his game. Although the Japanese can defend with a corps. So you kind of, and the Japanese never, even at Okinawa, they only had a division on an island, never had a corps, just a division. But with his game, you can have a corps. It's like, see, he just doesn't know this stuff. It's like a rookie. And so, you know, the Japanese put a corps there. It's impossible to conquer. And then, to make things worse, it's like the U.S. had reserves which they could bring in. Well, you can't bring in any reserves because you can only stack 1 unit high. And you can't withdraw the unit you've got there and substitute another one. Like, if it gets beaten down, like it will, you can't withdraw it. It's stuck there. And as long as it's there, you can't invade with another unit. So the Japanese have total protection. As long as there's a U.S. unit there starving, the U.S. can't do anything. I mean, it's stupid beyond belief. But see, that's the way he structured his game. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And he did a nice game, but he doesn't understand the elements. I told him how to correct it, but I guess he's too stupid to correct it. All you'd have to do is say the Japanese can only have a maximum of one division on an island, and the Marines can build a Marine Corps, which they had, and they can invade with the Marine Corps. And that would take care of most of the problems. And then, of course, if you had a Marine Corps and one of the divisions got wasted, you could substitute it out with another division waiting offshore, which they did. And if the invasion looks like it wasn't going to happen, you could withdraw the whole thing. So there were fixes, but he's just too stupid to comprehend it. I laid it right out for him, and then he wanted some historical data, so I gave him all the historical data, and he didn't respond to it because he knew it kind of pointed out that he was a dope. He was telling me, oh, well, you can use your Navy to bombard the beaches. And then I reminded him, I said, well, the U.S. did that exactly once. And then the Japanese figured out, no, they wouldn't defend on shore anymore. They defend in the hills and take position on the reverse slopes. So the U.S. naval bombardments would be relatively ineffectual. So, and the way his game is structured anyway, you couldn't do that because you run out of operational points when you remain stationary to do a bombardment. You can do that for one turn, and then your operational effectiveness goes to like 0, and you have to leave. So you can't stay there a prolonged period of time. And you should be able to do several bombardments, not just one. Just one bombardment and you leave. So everybody fires off their guns once and whoops, time to go. And it's a shame. There's a lot of elements to the game I really like, but he just has no understanding of naval operations. And even the navies, when they fight, it's so stupid because it happens automatically. And so you'll be involved in a battle where each side has carriers. Well, the U.S., I guess, is like a balancing thing. When it shoots at the Japanese fleet, it'll be destroying like PT boats and destroyers, notwithstanding the fact that they're carriers in the hex. Wouldn't you think the objective would be the carriers and not a destroyer? So the U.S. will destroy like 2 destroyers and a heavy cruiser. The Japanese will destroy 3 carriers. Christ, what kind of a battle is that? It's another stupid thing that he did, which makes no sense. I mean, are you going to say, oh, I mistook a destroyer for a carrier? Okay. Or, well, our priority were destroyers, not carriers. Christ. But that's the kind of stupidity you have to contend with. So I wish I could have got my money back for that game, because I had high hopes, but it turned out to be an unplayable game. I mean, it's stupid. It's a stupid scenario. Now, I have War Plan, which is basically a war in Europe. Now that works a lot better because there's no islands involved in it. The amphibious campaigns are, against the mainland, and there really aren't any naval battles there. I mean, yeah, the Germans or the Italians might come out for a one-shot deal, but you don't want to use the Italian fleet because they suck up too much oil. Then you won't have any for your ground units. So you tend not to use the fleet, and same thing for the Germans. And it was true in a way. They did suck up a lot of fuel oil. And, you know, you figure, well, okay, I can either move my armor in Russia or I can send out the fleet in, like, a losing battle. What decision is best? Back with the Germans, I don't even build submarines. They're a waste of time. I mean, in 2 wars, the German U-boats never proved to be strategically decisive in neither war. And it's goofy to spend all those resources building subs and even German high seas navy. I would have never built the Bismarck and the Trapez or anything else. Germans weren't a naval unit. Why build that stuff? Put it in the armor divisions. So Warplan plays a lot better than Warplan Pacific. You're thinking about buying that, don't. Needs to be redone, but the guy that developed it doesn't have the brain power to redo it. I mean, you know, if I had done a game and the flaws were pointed out to me, it's like kind of for pride. Wouldn't I redo it? Well, I would, but not if I was stupid, I guess. It's like, I don't understand what you're saying. It doesn't make any sense to me. That's probably what happened. Even when he responded to my questions, I could tell he wasn't. It's like communicating with Joe Biden. You know, that's that's what it was like. So where are you going to get doing that? Well, enough of that. Let's go back to the good old days. In the early 1800s, we have Napoleon trying to hold on to his throne. This was another really desperate gamble. I don't know if this would have ever worked. I mean, he might have defeated the British and the Prussians. What was he going to do about the Russians and Austrians? I mean, it's not like he could raise a whole lot more men. And he didn't have much beyond this army. But at Waterloo, Napoleon just made too many mistakes to win. He lost his own battle, to tell you the truth. Okay, what do we got here? Now we'll squeeze these guys nuts. But we still can't shoot the artillery, which is a shame. What's the fatigue on these guys? Low. Oh shit, he's disordered. He's disordered. God damn it. This guy isn't. guess I'll just shoot at him long range then. This guy's good. This guy's good. This guy's good. This guy's good. Okay, what do we got here? Square. Perfect. Yeah, you don't scare me now. We'll set up for the kill here. All right. Okay. Let's get this guy. Well, let's see. What should we do here? Got two skirmishers here. Well, we want to turn this guy around. Disordered. Damn it. These two guys are disordered. Okay. Well, this guy isn't, so we'll slide him down. Let's move these disordered guys down here so he doesn't try sneaking around alongside the river. Oh shit, we still got this guy here. Well, low on ammo. Okay. Put this guy in column so we can get out of the city without getting disordered. We'll bring him out here. Meanwhile, we're going to soften up this guy and then assault him. Okay, now we'll start mopping up these guys. Ooh, look at this. Disordered column. Disordered, disordered. Disordered, okay. We'll have to get in line to take these guys on. Which we'll do. We'll soon be up there. Squeeze them in there. Oh, there's a shitload of guys up there. That's good. More to trap. Put him up there so we don't get away. Everybody's disordered up here. Okay, so he pushed. Oh, we got one column. Oh, the supply. Yeah, everybody's disordered. He pushed those back there so they wouldn't get hurt. Well, guess what? They're gonna get hurt now. Because we're going to bring up our artillery. We're going to show you what hurt is. Disordered. Okay, put both these guys in column. Yeah, this is going to be a real long move. So we got to move everybody up here. We'll finish off these guys on this side of the river. Let's see. Let's put this guy in column. Whoa, look at all of these guys back there. Everyone's disordered. Okay, there's where all of our artillery is going, that's for sure. Let's put this guy in column. Oh, come on. You're going to see why artillery is the queen of battle. Okay. Disordered. Let's move these guys together. Holy shit, those guys are disordered. This guy's disordered. I guess we gotta get some officers up here. disordered. Second corps, third corps, okay. They're gonna be mixed, so we gotta send everybody up there. Alright, he needs to get out of there. Oh, here's a bunch of officers. First and second. First. First. Looks like all first corps. First, second. Whoop, second. Why does it keep going back to the beginning? What? God damn it. He's our first. He's second. This will be the easiest way to do it. He's first. He's first. He's second. Second. Third and first. First and third. Third. Okay, what are these guys? He's routed. Second. Yeah, the first corps isn't going to help this routed guy. He needs the second corps. These two guys are second corps. He's third. 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 Get all these guys together, then I can get the units together that are disordered and start recovering them one at a time. Third. Oop, this is the last guy. Third. Okay, now start moving these guys up the road. Yeah, this entire turn is just going to be moving. Okay, let's bring some cavalry down here to keep them in square. And we'll start bringing down some infantry to deal with these guys down here. Now, holy shit, look at this. Supply for the taking. Couldn't make it. Oh. We're going to get ourselves a lot of supply. guys off. Ooh, look at this. There's a bunch of these guys down here. Wow. Well, we are certainly going to go after them. We're going to mop up everything here. This guy's disordered. Oh, both these guys are disordered. Oh, yeah, it happens every time you put cavalry with infantry. You disorder both of them. That's nice. Well, let's get them out of here if we can. And lumber up these guys. This guy out of here. All right. First Corps, 2nd Netherlands, 1st Brigade. These are cavalry. These are cavalry. These are cavalry. All right. Get all the cavalry leaders together. Infantry. 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 Okay. We'll sort all that out next move. Meanwhile, these guys will continue on. There we got supply. Ah, shit. I thought he'd go past it. Oh, well. Should swear. Okay. First Corps. Okay, all these guys have moved. Shit. The supply out here. Oh, Blucher. This is a lot of stuff to move. Alright, now we got the Prussian cavalry here to move. Yeah. No good way to do this. Jesus. Oh, one of these guys recovered. That's good. Alright. I'll put this guy in column. guy through here. Peekaboo, that's right. We see you. Down this way to block that escape route. Well, our time is up, so we're going to reduce all these units on this side of this river. We'll see if we can force a crossing. I'm not that hopeful of it, but you never can tell. If not, there's plenty of turns left. We're going to work our way through this crossing, and we'll go in search of the rest of his army. Okay, so that's it for today. We'll continue on tomorrow.